Hello everyone, today we're going to do a quick Crusade update on the Watch Knights Space Marine chapter. While patrolling the area near the Torrento system, a force of Death Guard, a warband known as the Murmurs of Decay, with the great leader Usurabi the Winnower, launched a attack on their vessel and boarded it. Fierce boarding action fighting took place, with the Death Guard coming off a little worse the wear. The Watch Knights were able to push them out of 2/3 of the ship with relative ease. They were even able to engage and defeat the sorcerer that was leading the Death Guard that day. In particular, the Blade Guard were able to distinguish themselves, having actually been the ones that cut down the sorcerer, and thus were marked for greatness. As a reward for winning this boarding action game, one additional requisition point was awarded. After fending off the assault of the Murmurs of Decay on the ship, they did receive a distress call from the planet Torrento. It appeared that the Death Guard band Murmurs of Decay were attacking the planet in an effort to raid their vaults containing vital war material. Chaplain Eva Cartus, along with a fast response team, was sent down to the planet to stop them from raiding the vaults, and thus the game played was Empty the Vaults from the Tyrannic War Crusade Pack. The Watch Knights struck quickly, surging forward and laying down a hail of fire on the Blight drones and Blight haulers. In particular, the aggressors and the bikes did quite a number on the Blight haulers before a counterattack by a Hellbrute put a stop to the bike. The same Hellbrute actually managed to put down the Hail Strike Storm Speeder as well. It was also able to take out an Impulsor before being taken out and turned by a Repulsor. With the death of the Hellbrute, the remaining Death Guard withdrew, having only plundered one of the 6 vaults, and the Watch Knights were able to secure a victory. They celebrated the victory, however, there was some concern over what the Death Guard had been able to pull from the vaults and what uses Usurabi the Winnower would use these captured materials for. So, for his part on stopping the Murmurs of Decay warband's raid on Torrento, Chaplain Eva Cartus was granted some auramite from one of the caches that had in the vaults and had that used to further enhance his Crozius. So he now has a Artificer weapon Crozius. It's a Crusade relic now, and what that does is each time the bearer makes an attack with it, on a critical hit, the target suffers 1 mortal wound in addition to any other damage. So the wings of its Crozius are now made of auramite, and he has now got 1 Crusade point because he now has a Artificer weapon Crusade relic. So in the past 2 games, we managed to gain 3 requisition points. 1 for 2 of them for playing games, and 1 was the reward for the boarding mission. So with that, we have spent 1 requisition, or we spent 2 of them to add 400 more points to our Crusade list that we can then draw from. And we also spent 1 requisition point to put an enhancement, a warlord trait, if you will, onto the first thing we picked up with our 400 points. The first thing we did was pick up Librarian Tiberius, and we gave him the Bolter Discipline enhancement. So not only is he going to be good at shielding and hiding troops, he's also going to increase their ability to give them sustained hits and the like. So he is going to be leading our Phobos/Shadow Spear elements of the chapter once we get them fully updated. We then spent points on getting Eliminators, just for snipers, again, to work for Shadow operations, Shadow Spear operations and the like. With the Bolter Discipline, putting in Librarian Tiberius in amongst them is going to really improve their abilities, giving them sustained hits with those sniper rifles, or he could attend someone else, but this is a good solid addition for picking off opposing characters. We then picked up a 10-man infiltrator squad, again to add to that Shadow Spear element that we'll be able to deploy with Crusade forces. We went with the full 10-man just because good time for it, and again with the bolter discipline of Librarian Tiberius right next to him, and along with shrouding, it's going to make these a very effective unit, surprisingly so, and it also just kind of fits the theme really well. And last, since the Blade Guard performed so well, we spent our last 50 points on adding Honored Pulis into the unit. He's going to increase the Blade Guard's ability and kind of just serve as a rallying point for them, and it's just a very cool model. So we're going to add him into the list. He'll probably be deployed with the Blade Guard on occasion, and that's it. I hope you've liked and enjoyed this. If you have, please hit like and subscribe down below. Thank you very much for watching.